Hey, everybody, welcome into the 14. My name's Nick Cole, and I'm with Christopher Smith, and we're breaking down all of the week one SEC betting action. And today we're talking about probably the biggest game in all of college football this regular season, maybe even. It's Georgia and it's Clemson on a neutral field in Charlotte on primetime ABC, 7:30 Eastern Saturday night. Christopher, doesn't get much bigger than that in week one, does it?
Yeah, I mean, it should be a great game, but as you know, when it comes to betting, any game, no matter who's playing, it all counts in terms of the money in the pocketbooks. But why don't you go ahead and get into Nick's news and notes and tell us the headlines around these programs heading into this big matchup?
Well, on the Clemson side, we're looking at a completely different Tigers roster than last season, right? And it's a sort of a change of the guard from the Trevor Lawrence era. And the weapons that went along with him, a lot of them are gone too. Travis Etienne's gone. Amari Rogers is gone. So a familiar name people may see coming back that maybe they forgot was here is Justin Ross. It's a guy who missed 2020 with a spinal injury. And it's a great story. He's a comeback guy and is ready to play. Sounds like for the 2021 season, it could be one of their biggest playmakers on offense. So look for him. And then on the flip side, on Georgia side, they're dealing with wide receiver injuries and how they're going to make up for some key losses that they had in the offseason. Most notably, George Pickens went down with an offseason ACL injury. And they're even looking at guys that they do have, like a Kyrus Jackson, who's going to probably play in this game, but he's going to do it in a knee brace and maybe limited. So it's really just a lot of moving parts for both of these offenses, and it's really a game that I think from a betting standpoint is going to be exciting. But I know from a college football fan standpoint, it's going to be exciting. What are your takeaways from what we're seeing from these camps coming into this game, Christopher, from a betting standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, just to follow up on that point, Eric Gilbert, who I think is on his third SEC program, he seems to be out with some personal issues currently. Still, you have Darnell Washington, another tight end, doubtful. Dominic Blaylock, another receiver that we haven't mentioned yet for Georgia, also doubtful coming off an ACL injury. So that's a lot. Yet the line is still Clemson -3, as it has been since it opened. The total has gone down a touch from 51.5 to 50.5 as it stands right now. Now, you mentioned Clemson's offense and quarterback DJ Uiagalelei. I think I got that right.
I'm going to give you credit for it.
All right. Hopefully that's right. I mean, he looked great last year, right? It was sort of anointed as the next big thing. Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence. Now, DJ, he did complete almost 67% of his passes, almost 12 yards an attempt, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Sounds great, right? You mentioned Justin Ross is back. Should be easy for the offense, right? Not so fast, actually, because there's been some word out of the Clemson camp that he's been struggling with his accuracy a little bit. And that's not great when you have Amari Rogers gone, Cornell Powell gone, and even more importantly, Travis Etienne gone. He was basically the engine for Clemson's passing game last season, and sort of that new style where the NFL is going to this as well, where the running back is a real asset in the passing game. That's gone now. So Georgia has a very, very inexperienced secondary, and that was a major weakness or a question mark for Georgia coming into this season. But I'm not so sure Clemson will be all set to just fillet their secondary right from the jump in the first game this season. And you also look at Clemson's offensive line. They were 51st in line yards last year, and they only returned 38 career starts. Now, Georgia probably has an argument to have the best defensive line in the entire country. So Clemson's probably not set to win that matchup. Now, if DJ struggles with his passing accuracy and Georgia's defensive line dominates the line of scrimmage like it's possible that they do, it could be a long game for Clemson's offense. Now, on the other side, we already mentioned all the receivers and tight ends that Georgia will probably be without in this game. We all know that JT Daniels looked great at the end of last season, and Kirby Smart's talked a big game about letting Todd Monken run more of his offense, which, we've seen LSU make that transition. We've seen Alabama make that transition. Everybody keeps talking year after year. Will this be the year that Georgia finally cuts it loose on offense? Maybe to a degree, but not as much as probably they need to. And you also look at the fact that Georgia has just an absolutely stacked backfield maybe the best running back room in the entire country. And you're going against an always tough Clemson defense. I would not be surprised if Kirby Smart, again, is pretty conservative with his game plan in this game. Put it on his defense, see if his defense can squeeze Clemson offense, kind of keep the game slow, keep it low possessions, run the ball a lot, see if you can wear Clemson down by the end of the game. So we'll see it'll be very interesting to see what the game plan is for both of these teams. But Nick, where are you seeing the money in this game? What are you picking and what do you have for the people at home?
Yeah, so I mean, this line is tight, right? 3 points is it really could go either way, and I feel like that reflects what we're looking at in this game. I just don't know what to expect from Clemson with so many different changes offensively, and then also I know we talked a lot about JT Daniels and how good he was late last year, but I also don't know that I know exactly what to expect from Georgia offensively either. That being said, in a game like this, you're going to make me pick. I'm going to take the team that's getting 3 points. So give me Georgia, give me the +3. As for the total, I'm actually changed my mind on this as the week went on. Initially, I was thinking, okay, this game is going to accidentally be over. He's going to fall into the 50s just based on the amount of talent on either team. But the more I think about it, the more pieces that are sort of having to be put into place on both of these offenses and both defenses' talent and their ability to sort of keep things under control for particularly Georgia's Kirby Smart there. Give me the under 50.5. How about yourself?
Yeah, so I was going back and watching some Clemson highlights from last season, and Uiagalelei is a big guy. I saw him running over some guys in the red zone and scoring some touchdowns. So it'll be interesting to me to see if he's a gamer. Maybe he just doesn't play as well in practice and he turns it on when the lights are on. But I am going to go with Clemson -3 in this game. I'm not going to bet any money on the spread, but I just think that I trust Clemson's approach and their coaching staff a little bit more right now on both sides of the ball this early in the season. And I'll also go with the under 50.5. That's a pretty low total in college football, especially. But I do think that both these offenses have a lot to prove, more so than the defenses do. We know Clemson and Georgia have, outside of Alabama, the most talent in the country probably on that side of the ball. So I'll play it safe and take the under in this game, and I'll go with Clemson -3. But I can't wait to watch what happens for Nick Cole. I'm Christopher Smith for the 14, and we'll be back next week, Georgia fans, to try to give you another winner.